Let's make some magic. Let's make some.
Hi friends, welcome to New in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid. Thank you for coming. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm excited to be with you here on this Saturday morning. If you live in Minnesota, I don't know, but yesterday it was 68 degrees, which is amazing for November. And it was just a glorious, glorious day. So today's a little cooler, but that's to be expected. It's November after all. Can you believe we're a week and a half away from Thanksgiving? That means a week and a half away from a little break, which is so fun. Although my class is lovely and wonderful this year. We made banana bread yesterday. It's exhausting, but it's fun, and all the kids said it was delicious, so that's great.
Morning, Carla.
The reason we made banana bread is because it was in our math curriculum. I was like, oh, well, let's make some. I said, but my recipe is better than this one, so I'm going to give you my recipe. I didn't make that one, so I don't know, but I'm assuming. Anyway, all right, we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you a fun little surprise sliding card, which could also be used for a gift card for like Christmas or a birthday or something like that, or a secret message. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start by using Petal Pink, and my Petal Pink is 8.5, so our standard 8.5. But then it's by 5 1/4 because this is not the base. We're going to put a petunia pop at a standard quarter sheet underneath it. So this is 5 1/4 by 8.5. Then I'm going to score it here. I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to oh no, this way. Sorry. I'm going to score it at 2 3/4. And I scored it at 6 3/4, 2 3/4, and 6 3/4.
It's funny, when you put it in a shadow, we can see the score line.
Well, yeah, that's part. I'd like you to be able to see the score line.
It's just funny that that's when it shows up.
All right, I'm gonna take my bone folder here and make those creases nice and tight. This is going to be our little pocket here. So let's go ahead and. The designer series paper I'm using is Floral Charm, and I actually didn't bring the whole pack over, but this piece, isn't that so pretty? I just love these flowers. They're just gorgeous. So this designer series paper is 5 by 2 3/4, and you could put another layer underneath, which you'll see on my next card. But, oh, sorry, it goes on the inside. Boop. But I decided to just do straight on. So let's go ahead and adhere that. I want to make sure it's going to stay on. I tend to maybe use a little more adhesive than needed, but that's okay. I want to make sure it doesn't fall apart, right? All right, so let's go ahead and stick that right there, centering it between the fold and the edge. That's going to be one little inside surprise. The other one we're going to layer this way, right here. The other one is 5 by 1 1/2. Already it looks so pretty, doesn't it? Just using the colors Petal Pink, you can see there's some petunia pop in there, which we're going to use. And we could have used the Timid Tiger, but.
Hi, Patty.
All
Hi,
right.
Sandy.
Hi, friends. Yeah, I agree, Carla. Those swishy patterns are very pretty. Got it. Okay.
That's a technical term, swishy patterns.
Swishy patterns, there you go. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to, I will show you the pocket, and then I'm actually going to make, it's not going to be a pocket, it's going to be a little secret card. So let's show you how I would make a pocket. I'm going to use our tear and stick tape and just seal this down right here. So you can probably already see where the pocket's going to be, right? Like that. And if you've not ever used this, it's really good. Push it really hard, and then I use my take your pick. Get a little piece of that paper on top. Keep going. There it is. And if it's sticking over the edge like mine is, I just fold it back. So if I accidentally went too far, or it doesn't really matter. Pick that off. There we go. And then drop it. Try to get it to the trash, but it might end up on the floor. That's okay. All right. So if I were making just a slider card, I would put my white paper in here that I'm going to write on. Not a slider card, just for a gift card type thing. And then this could be my little secret message right here. Right? and you decorate the front, which we're still going to do. But you could just have this be your little message or your gift card. The gift card would be cute to make it this way even. We're not going to actually do that. We're going to do something else. We are going to make a little pop out card. So we are going to use our petunia pop. We're going to make a little slider card. And this, our petunia pop is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then you score it vertically at 1/2. And I actually wrote all these down. So I will put these in the chat for you. So this one I'm going to put here, and I am going to just use regular old adhesive, but I think I'd like to fold it first. There we go. And before I fold it, I'm going to go ahead and stick on our piece here. But I think we probably want to stamp it, right? Before we do that. Otherwise, sometimes what happens is if you make a mistake, that's kind of a bummer. So I'm going to use Banner Sayings. That's our new stamp set. And I was thinking of using the happy, let's see, Celebrate. I know I have somewhere else for card. Oh no, Celebrate. I think we have Celebrate, and then Cue the Confetti. How fun is that? I love that little phrase. Cue the confetti. If you haven't seen our new, what do you call these, Dave? Our new packaging. This is how they come, and then the dies come separately. This one comes with a punch. You can get it as a bundle, which I love. Let's find our Cue the Confetti. Here it is, Cue the Confetti. But I'm going to make sure I have Celebrate before I commit. Celebrate is right here. Okay, we've got those. So let's go ahead and stamp those on. I'm going to set that Celebrate aside, and we're going to stamp Cue the Confetti. And I'm going to stamp that in Petunia Pop. I have a lot of alliteration today. Petunia Pop, Petal Pink. So I thought that was kind of funny. All right. Cue the Confetti, stamp it the right direction. I'm just going to stamp that really low, right in the middle. Like that. So cute. I don't know what it is about stamping, but sometimes I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And all I did was stamp a little word. All right, now I'm ready to put that on here. I just didn't want to commit to putting it on if I didn't stamp it, because then you can't really layer something on top of this one. Just the way we're making it, you just can't layer it on top. All right, this piece, that's going to be in here, but we're going to make a secret little slider where it's going to pull out. I'm going to put adhesive right here, and then I'm going to close my card. And it's going to make a little slider. So this is right up against the edge there. You see that? I've got it pretty well centered front to back. We close that. And then when I open that up, are you ready for the magic? Ready? Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Kind of fun, right? And one thing, if you have a bigger stamp, you want to make sure you stamp it to the left a little bit. I happen to stamp it in the middle, and that did work out just fine. But sometimes you want to stamp it a little further to the left. Okay, this is one of those, when I have a card that moves, I just keep doing that. So
movement is fun.
Yes, I will just stop. Okay, on the front, we are going to put a layer of Petunia Pop. And this Petunia Pop for the front is 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. I'm kind of questioning my measurement a little bit on here but I will double check it. I'm going to trim this. I have white that fits inside it. Yeah, my Petunia Pop is a little narrow. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim this a little bit so that it is the same all the way around. There we go. That's better. And then I might need to trim the white as well, and that's totally fine, right? All right, so there's our Petunia Pop. And again, this is actually where I wanted to say you could put another layer here, and my other card has another layer, but I'm just going to do this little layer, and then we might need to trim this because I just trimmed that, of course. That's okay. Like I said, I'll double check those before I take a picture and put those in the chat before I put the measurements in. But yeah, that's better. All right, now we are ready to stamp and decorate the front. So I'm going to set this. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and stick it on the back. And then this is our standard quarter sheet. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's going to sit right there. Give it a nice, really pretty border. And then we'll decorate the front. So then, like, the whole card's done, except for the beautiful front.
Getting lots of fun comments.
Oh, good. Good, good. Yeah, this Floral Charm is such a pretty paper. There we go. Okay, So then we have our whole thing like that. Pretty. All right. And I think that would be a lot of petunia pop if there wasn't some white on it, but I like that. All right. Let's go ahead and decorate the front. For the front, I am going to use our new, from our online exclusives, pop-up petals. Pop-up petals. Now, pop-up petals, as the word implies, has a pop-up element, which I did do a video on, and I will do more. But this is our little pop-up element that could go on the inside. We're not going to do that, obviously.
The mechanism.
The mechanism, right. So we're not going to do that. We are going to use this, and we're going to use that. And if you haven't seen pop-up petals, they're so pretty because we've got these two cute vases. I love the polka dots. That's what I'm going to use today with this. And then we've got these really pretty flowers, or this flower, or the rose. All are beautiful. And then
Slide left just a touch.
thanks. That's
Oh,
my left.
sorry, right.
Thanks for being there. Grateful for your friendship. You get me, and I appreciate that. Or you make my life better just by being in it. And one thing I really like are these polka dots that are going to go right inside the flowers. So we're going to stamp this one, the little vase, and we are going to, let's see, let's stamp that in. Our flowers are going to be the petal pink. I think I'm going to go with the petunia. I think I'm going to go with the petal pink, actually. Then the petunia pop will just be a little bit of color on the flowers. I don't want that to overwhelm it. When I use my photopolymer stamps, which, as you know, maybe all stamps right now are photopolymer. When we use them, I like to use a little a matte. I just got some petunia pop on this, which is okay because I'm going to die cut it. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and stamp. Sometimes the first time you stamp with a stamp, it might not come out as strong as you like. That one looks great. So I'm just going to leave that. If I do say so myself, that one looks good. Then we're going to stamp our flowers because then we'll die cut them both at the same time. Very handy, right? We're going to stamp our flowers, which are right here. And I'm just going to stamp those in black. Do you see my black? Look, there's glitter all over. I'm not sure why. Something we did had glitter. I love glitter. Yeah, her granddaughter Frankie loves glitter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp these. I'm thinking I'm going to stamp them like this because then I'm going to run them through the die cut machine. So we'll stamp that like that. So pretty. And then we want to go ahead and stamp the inside. And that's what I'm going to stamp in that petunia pop because, like I said, I just thought the petunia pop is kind of a little bit too bold, maybe. I don't know. I just think it looked cute like this. So let's go ahead and stamp our petunia pop. And sometimes these come off, they're maybe off a little bit. They don't have to be perfect, but here's what I noticed, which I almost just did it wrong. On this side, this is what I look at. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. Do you see this little V right here?
Move right. Move right. Thank you.
Do you see this little V right here? That's what I look for to get these lined up because this is a very distinct space compared to this side. So I look for my little V right there, which happens to be right here. So I'm going to flip it over this way. There's my V. All right, in petunia pop. Let's see if we can do it here. We'll do it best we can. And look for that V. And you got to commit at some point. All right, and then we're going to stamp on the inside the little dots. And this is one of those stamps, I think, if you really wanted to get it perfect, you kind of have to use maybe a stamparatus, which we don't carry anymore, but yes, a stamparatus. I'm just going to do the insides in that same color. And before I die cut it, I brought over an old olive marker just so I can
stamp and blend.
A stamp and blend. Yes, I'm debating which side. I'm just going to use this side. Just to go ahead and give a little bit of color to the green leaves.
Looks like the dark.
It is the dark.
Yep.
My light is pulled out for a card cafe this morning, where we make 10 cards for $25, which people love. They come in stamps. So it's pulled out for that. And I thought, well, we'll just do the darker color. It still looks pretty. All right. So there is just one more little leaf right here. There we go. I think that looks great. You could also do the little stems if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it just in case. The other thing is if you stamp off a little bit, I notice mine's a little bit off. That's okay. You can always go back and color in a couple of them. Honestly, I think you won't even notice it once we stamp it. So let's go ahead. Oh, sorry, I just moved the whole thing. Let's go ahead and die cut these two with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I am going to use a little Post-it note because there's quite a few things on here. Here it is. And I don't want, sometimes I just do squish the bug method. If I was doing one, I might do that, but I'm not going to do that with two. So let's get that one just right.
Flower looks really close.
Looks really close. Yeah.
Get your 2 dies in there. That's all.
All right. Well, we're going to try. So look, just works. Just barely. That's why I was debating where I stamped the flower, actually. So it's almost like you were inside my head, Dave. How does that work? All right. Yeah, they're both going to fit. Phew. All right. Let's go ahead and run this through. And like magic, there we go. Ta-da! Hey, 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 it's magic. Don't sing. Don't sing. Okay, so let's bring our little card back in here. We're going to use this little white base. I love, love, love to pop things up. So we will.
None of us knew that.
Right. We're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. I just set it. Oh, here it is. Like I just set it down. I have some dimensionals sticking to me. All right, let's go ahead and pop this up. Now here's a little trick with this vase. I think you're going to like it. So I'm actually going to pop the vase up 2 times because I'm going to pop up the flowers, but I want the vase to be above the flowers, obviously, and be a little bit further out. So I'm going to do double dimensionals, more alliteration. Not even teaching that at school right now. And I'm going to curve this a little bit. You can use your bone folder and just give it a little curve there. And a little curve on this side. Because it's going to make it look like it's really popping out. So let's go ahead. Let's see where our flowers are going to land. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. We'll put our little word underneath it. And then still want to pop these up. So these, I'm just going to pop up the top. And I love to use the strips. If you don't know that about me, I love the strips because boom, done. Just like that. The dimensional strips, they're my favorite. I'm going to leave this part, I'm going to put some adhesive on that to stick it down kind of underneath the flower. So let's just, that's going to stick. That's going to pop. Kind of has some nice dimension on it. Look at that.
Slow that down just a little bit. So you stuck it and
I stuck it here. I put dimensional here.
Yep.
I actually put adhesive on the stems.
Nice.
And I have double dimensionals on the vase.
Perfect.
So it would stick up a little bit higher. Isn't that pretty?
Very nice.
I think so too. Thanks. I think so too.
Hi, Deb.
Now we can put it right on here. I was just thinking about you this morning, Deb, but I hadn't seen you or heard from you in a while. And here you are. All right, let's go ahead and pop. Oh, I should have stamped first. Oh, nope. I'm good. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp my word. And remember, we had decided on, I think I pulled it out, which that would be not a good thing if I took it out. Pretty sure I took out the celebrate.
Is it on the block?
Oh, what a question. Is it on the block? I don't know. I might finish this, what I'm going to do, and let you do your little commercial while I find it. All right, I'm also going to stamp a little butterfly up here. I'm going to stamp one up there. And I'm going to stamp one right on the flowers down there, like that. And, oh, I found it. There it is. I'm going to stamp my little celebrate. Remember these? This little celebrate. These are from the... Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Somehow I got stuck there. All right, these are from a very fun stamp set that comes with a punch. So let's go ahead and stamp it. And we will punch it out. Why wouldn't we, right? So let's go ahead and stamp that celebrate. So cute. It's very petite, kind of like that. And then this punch is really fun because it has the 3 different banners. And on this one, I think I'm going to use the full banner here because I have a whole piece, a whole edge to edge that I want to cover. Cover your ink so you don't stick your hand in it. And I'm going to stick that up. You know, you got to pop it up, right? You got to pop it up. I mean, you just can't. You can't just set it down. That's not going to work. So there we go. I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to add just a little piece of white ribbon. And this ribbon is our ribbon, lint ribbon. It's got some nice texture on it. And it's a little bit narrower. It's probably 1/4 inch. And so I'm just going to stick that right there on the little pot to give it a little something, something. And my butterflies, I think, still need to be colored. So, all right, got a little bit of that. And I'm going to grab a glue dot and we will put it on. Such a fun card. Stick that right there, and right there. All right, how fun is that? I'm going to pull those out a little bit. Look it. Ready? Cue the confetti. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Dave, what do you have for us?
I have, trying to find my, oh, that's why. Sorry, my screen was just looking odd, different than it usually does.
All
So
good, because I found the banner sayings was the stamps that I was looking for. So
there you go.
all right, go ahead.
So, and that's not coming. So let's try.
That's okay. I can show banner
this.
sayings
Nope,
while you're waiting.
there.
Got it? All right, there you go.
Nope. Sorry, it was there. Okay, let's go to screen share. Sorry about that, folks. You know me, I am always trying to get stuff switched up in the background, and today I got a little distracted. So when you go to thestamperstudio.com, the top icon, the one with the shopping cart, is the one where you can come in and shop for all of the Stampin' Up! Products. The great thing is you are already brought into our site. You don't have to choose which demonstrator you're shopping with, any of that stuff. One thing I just wanted to draw your attention to today when you go in there, and that is the Brushed with Beauty class. This is a class that you order the product, and then there will be a live demonstration by some of our amazing Stampin' Up! Folks at the home office. And you can go in and you will have all the products to make their projects. There is also coordinating projects. This time it's all the Brushed with Beauty suite. And so you could go ahead and order that as well. Now, the live broadcast for this is happening on November 20th. Now, I know that's probably not enough time to order and get your supplies by then, but don't worry. It is available. You could watch it live and then go back and rewatch it and make your projects later. I've had some people tell me they like to do that. They sort of like to get familiar with it during the live broadcast and then go back and do it at their own pace on their own time with the recordings after. So that is the Brushed with Beauty class. Highly recommend checking that out. Just some amazing projects that come with that. As you know, there are also new products that just became available, some new online exclusives. There are some that are just amazing that I love in this set. So those are available for you as well. And Lisa is waving at me.
No, you're good.
Okay. All right, that is what I have for you. Also, as you know, on thestamperstudio.com, you can also go in and register for things like Card Cafe that's happening today. A little late to register for today, but for our next one, that is already in there. So that's what I have.
All right. Well, I had a little blender pen here, and so I thought, oh, I'll color my butterflies. And unfortunately, when I colored them, I feel like I ruined them. So I am just going to die cut some little butterflies here.
Screen is really big. That's interesting.
From,
Okay.
Can you go back?
Nope. I think they were talking to me.
Yeah, I can't see the little parts.
You can't see.
I only can see the top corner of a
yeah,
card.
Look at that.
All right. Well, what
I'm
I was
using the buttons. Let
Gotcha.
me switch back.
So what I was going to say is, or I was saying, I kind of ruined my card here because I thought, oh, I'll just color it, add a little ink,
Oh, it's still huge.
and I sort of ruined it. So then I decided, well, I'll just put a little butterfly on top like that. There, you can at least see what
Sorry,
I'm talking
folks,
about.
I'm not sure what's going on with our screen at the moment.
But I think I kind of might have done something with that. So I might have to regroup and figure out how to fix that because I went ahead. I was thinking, well, with Wink Stella, you can color it, but with water, you can't. So, all right, I'm going to show you one more card if you can get there. And if you can't,
just wait one
That's fine.
second.
I am going to, while you are.
Yeah, it's like it's zoomed in and I can't get you zoomed back up.
Well, I'll try to get in the zoomed in part. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can just stamp on this butterfly to save it, to rescue it. And normally I would stamp first and die cut second, and this is the back of one of the Designer Series papers in this set. So let's try the other one. Let me see if I can just kind of cover those up. All right. We're back. You're back. You're back in the right spot, love.
No, but look at
What I can see your back. So I'm going to try popping that up and see if that will save and rescue the mistake I made. I'm hoping it will, but you know what? So you learned from my mistake. Don't use watercolor blender, watercolor on black ink because it doesn't work. All right, and I might do one more and stick it down, but not right now. Like stick one flat and then pop one up. I think that will make it look even better. I'm just going to do that on this one. I'm smudged way out. That's okay.
Move
all right.
Over to the
So there is our pop-up card. I want to show you one other one I made.
What is going on?
And the other one is I made a Christmas one. I'll start at the bottom since for whatever reason Dave zoomed way in. He's trying to fix that, but start here. I use the Pine Trees Designer Series or just Pine Trees Designer Series paper.
Nope.
No, Elegant Pine Designer
Snowflake.
Series paper. Elegant Pine Snowflakes. Yes, thank you. And then on here, I used the trees stamp and die cut. And then this is the fantastic. You can get all these Christmas sayings, and they are self-adhesive. So I die cut a little star out of that. But this is the same layout. And you can see this was what I was talking about, where it has more layers here, whereas mine, I guess I did the same amount of layers, but I don't like doing 1/8 of an inch. It's a little bit tricky for me. So I prefer to do just 1/4 inches. So there we go. That's what I have for you. These really fun slider cards. And like I said, I will post all of these dimensions in the chat for you. Hopefully you can understand them and follow them. But if not, go back and watch the video, die cut or cut the paper, go back and watch the video, and you can make it at the same time. I'm going to back up because that's really zoomed in. All right. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed that, making something new. I love cards that move. And I'll be back on Monday. So I look forward to seeing you at New in the Studio on Monday at 7 p.m. But until then, I hope you stamp something this weekend. And happy stamping.
Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic. Let's make